Hey, hi guys. This is Yash Dahankar, aka YD, co-founder and CEO of Acknowledger, and we have a really special guest today, Vijay. He's the founder and CEO of BitsCrunch, and he has been working in the whole crypto space for a very long time, and we'll be talking about his journey and how his product is going to change the whole the dynamics of the Web3 and the whole crypto space, and we want to learn more about his insights and his learning while building his own company. So that's where we are today. And this podcast we have been conducting, like it started as a Twitter Spaces, and then eventually, in order to make it more interactive, we have started conducting. We have converted into a podcast, and we have taken a pledge to do this consistently for over a year. We have started on the first week of Jan. We have been doing it consistently for last 6 months. Every Wednesday we come and we connect directly with the community, no matter what. Any of us three founders is always there to ask you to we invite a lot of interesting people, as well as we also invite founders, influencers to talk about different topics, what's happening in the industry, learn from them, understand, and also directly answer the questions of the community, and to if they have any question and face them directly. So this is the idea of this, and we have successfully been doing this. And so today we have Vijay to talk about BitsCrunch and his understanding of NFT analytics. They have been working it for a very long time. So, hi Vijay. Thanks a lot for coming. Please introduce yourself, your company, what you guys are up to, so for the
Yeah.
audiences.
So thanks for the invitation, Yash. It's been a pleasure, and glad to know that you are doing it consistently. Because consistency is the key here. No matter what you build, I always believe in consistency. That is also the reason why I'm here talking to you after building BitsCrunch for the last 2 years. So glad to be here. And myself, Vijay. A quick intro from my end. I'm originally from Chennai in Tamil Nadu, in India, but then living in Munich, Germany. So I've been living here for the last 10 years. Worked for companies like Volkswagen and Siemens, two German OGs in the Web2 space before founding BitsCrunch amidst pandemic. So started BitsCrunch as a NFT analytics platform like the Dune analytics and the nonsense of the Web3 world. But then realized that NFT space are also vulnerable to a lot of scams. So that is when we wanted to be the forensics entity of NFTs. So that's why we also compare ourselves to chain analysis of the Web3 space, where they focus on broader crypto space like Bitcoin fraud and Ethereum fraud and then similar ones. And we focus on NFTs, non-fungible tokens, token frauds. So we focus on watch trading. We provide fair price estimation using AI. So we don't use AI for the sake of using AI because that's the talk of the town. But then we use AI since the beginning, and we also look into the fake NFTs that are minted on the chain. So yeah, in short, we are like the NFT police of the NFT space in industry. And yeah, glad to be here. Have raised $6.5 million from some of the best VCs in the world, ranging from Coinbase Ventures, Animoca Brands, Polygon, Chainlink, Crypto.com, Hashkey, Gate Labs, and so on. And yeah, doing well. Product is out, B2B is out. We have customers. One of our blue chip customers is DappRadar. They are clocking 3 to 4 million API calls on BitsCrunch every month. And then we have 46 startups using our APIs. And then some are paid, some are still in early stages. But yeah, we are up and running. B2C beta is live. We have 100,000 users on a monthly basis on our platform, unleashnfts.com. Overall, it's been a surreal journey. But then, yeah, still a long way to go.
Absolutely, you have done a fantastic job in last 2 years achieving those numbers, and I think really we need such product like this in the market. And what was your, that aha moment that gave you the the like the, that clicked you, that aha moment? Okay, I need to start BitCrunch. bits crunch, and uh, what was that, you realize this is a big pain in the industry and I need to solve this.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So I mean, the name tells it by itself. We crunch each and every bits of data. So if you ask any data professional, data crunching, I mean, by that I mean data cleaning, data processing, is the most painful act when it comes to data. So we derived a term from crunch and bits of data. So I have a data background. My co-founder had a data background. CTO is from data professional. So we all came together, looked at this space, and then that was the moment when the famous $69 million got sold. So I have said this in multiple interviews and podcasts, but then repeating myself again. It was the famous $69 million NFT that got sold uh, by people. It was sold by people, the artist, but then very few looked into the buyer. So the buyer was Meta Cohen. Coincidentally, he comes from Chennai, so that was my aha moment. So somebody coming from my own birthplace, buying a digital asset, NFTs. At that point in time, people were mocking it as JPEG. It's just a JPEG, right? At the end of the day, it's just a JPEG. So people were mocking it as JPEG, and somebody had the balls to buy a $69 million JPEG. So I was like, that was my aha moment. I wanted to build something on top and secure the ecosystem. So my dad is a police, so I wanted to be the NFT police.
Yeah, I think there's really interesting how the dots, they connect in the from your history, and it makes sense. Like you think, why this has happened with me, or any incident that happens. It sometimes, you never know how it helps you to build the future and define the trajectory of your life as well as what you are building. So really interesting story, and makes total sense, I think. And I think Meta Cohen, a lot of people they don't know about him, but really amazing guy. What he has been building, not like in the uh, without any limelight and being consistent. I think I'm really excited what he will introduce next in the world. I
Yes.
think and must be building. He his name is only Meta Cohen, so yeah, and he's a big strong believer of the metaverse. When if you watch his interviews, really interesting guy. And yeah, I think so. You both of you share the same roots, so it makes total sense. And uh, also, and I think that background everything helps, and everything then start making sense. Okay, yeah, uh, when you are in that position. And so what your learnings throughout the journey, that and the insights that you have discovered, because you are a NFT police, I'll say, or Web3 police. So now what are the what kind of thieves that you have catched through this, and what kind of insights that you have discovered in terms of your learning over the years. And so please share with everyone, so they also know and learn from you. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So, just to give you an example, we looked at some of the famous brands who are not into NFT space yet, but are being used in the NFT space. So, we looked at one of the famous collections in the NFT space. I mean, I cannot reveal the name as it is still in process. We are sharing that information to a couple of marketplaces now to take it down as it is confidential. So, McDonald's. So, obviously, McDonald's, and people are using McDonald's logo on their NFTs, and those NFTs are getting sold for $100,000, $200,000 accumulatively, right? So that is a violation of IP infringement. So this is what we picked up by running our models across the top 1,000 collections on Ethereum, and now we have scaled up to 23,000 collections across four chains: Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, and Binance Chain. So that's just one example of McDonald's that I just shared. We also wrote a blog that picked the interests of some of the NFT marketplaces out there. But then we have a big list of brands. We work with a couple of sports brands at the moment. We are in early discussions. But then I wouldn't say it's a problem, but then the time frame of these Web2 names, understanding the problem and making a decision is usually long. Usually the sales cycles or a minimum of 3 to 6 months, I would say, for these brands. So yeah, we are now in touch with some of the brands. Already we worked with MasterCard. We are in touch with KPMG. We just won a Tech Next challenge from Accenture last week. So we were the finalists. We were finalists, and then we won the first prize and also a cash prize of $15,000. And our pitch got selected by PwC, again one of the big fours in Germany. So yeah, a lot of convergence into Web 2 world, which makes it interesting for us. So we are not just a Web 3 firm, but then we are out there to protect IP rights, IP violation of existing Web 2 brands.
So basically, the product that you are building right now has helped a lot of this brand, not just like the Web 2, not just the Web 3, but also the Web 2. Basically, you're checking, if they are violating any right, and because it, like say Bored Ape or uh, any other big collection like Azuki and all this, they have been in the limelight and doing a lot of crazy things in the back end we don't even understand, because mostly people when they see, they bite on hype. And same trend I've started observing happening in the Bitcoin ordinal space as well. People have been left, right, center, they have been launching collections, and so fast it has been like whitewash. But I think whitewashing the trades and doing so many shady things in the back end. And but how do you like this Web 2 and Web 3 companies, because you have been working with the big four like PwC, KPMG? Why they are working? Like, what's the reason? And is it they are just for the Web 2, or they are looking at some Web 3 angle? Because
Mhm.
that will be really interesting to see these companies entering. So, what kind of collaboration is that they are exploring or they're looking forward to?
Okay, so two aspects. One is wash trading, and another is the copy mint of NFTs. So just to give you an example of wash trading, let's say Yash, who is having a couple of board apes. I wish you really have that because now it is too pricey. So you have a couple of board apes and you sell one, take 100,000, $200,000 into your bank account. Banks are scared. So what bank, whatever bank that you're using, when they see 100,000, $200,000 getting into a bank, all of a sudden by selling a digital asset, as you say, they're like skeptical, not scared, skeptical, and they are not really sure which what is this money, where it is coming from, is it safe money, is it legit, is it money laundered money. So they look up to the big fours of the world. They go to the EYs, KPMGs, and PwCs of the world, and to be honest, they don't really have a clue at this point in time. So they go to customers like clients like chain analysis and bitscrunch. So we help them provide that track of data, where the money came from, what is this money for, is it flipped, is it wash traded, is it money laundered money that came from OFAC list of sanctioned wallets from the US. So we give all these insights. That is one option. And the second is all these big fours, they work with so many Fortune 500 companies, like in the case of McDonald's, KFC's, Adidas, Nike, and so on. So these clients will these big fours will act like a bridge between these big names in the industry who want to launch their own NFT collection or have an existing NFT collection, but they don't have an idea about the scams or the money laundering or the money washing that is happening in the other side. So they again connect, be a bridge between us, and that is also the reason why they look up to brands like us.
Mm, yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So wash trading is one aspect, and then the copy mint of NFTs is where we help the big fours, being a bridge to the Web 2 and the Web 3.
That's really interesting. I think this is, I think, the first step towards the mass adoption, because right now if you see the NFT landscape, like whole if you see the whole Web3 landscape, so right now we are sitting at 1 trillion market cap, and we have maybe say millions of users, billions of NFT like the digital assets. And I see in next 5-10 years it's becoming like the market will be 10-20 trillion, and we'll see there'll be trillions of assets, billions of users. So it's going to scale crazy in future. And I think tools like this are really important. And I think what you are working with the whole ecosystem, like bringing in those companies, it validates, there's a need of something, and they're looking forward to the space. So I think it will add a lot of value as they explore in both the ways, like making those NFT projects more careful with what they are using, not just like because most of the teams of these projects are anonymous, right? Like it's like the Pixelmon, and I think was a crazy project. They raised so much of money, and when you look at their NFT was, and they just like the investor lost so much of money. And what else have you like when working with these companies? And I think you have discovered two major things like wash trading, and second is also like the copyright infringement. What
Mhm.
else do you see like as a from the 10,000 feet, or like looking from the Mount Everest about the whole ecosystem? Like where do you see what are the strong trends that you have seen, and you will see that they will dominate the next market cycle?
Mhm.
And even in terms of the projects, like what they are building that you have observed, and you
Mhm.
think that there will be a dominant trend in the next 1 or 2 years.
Yep. So other than wash trading and the copy mint solution, like I said, we also provide the fair price estimation powered by AI. Right. I mean, right now the market relies on floor price, but to be honest, floor price is the dumbest metric ever in the NFT space, because if you bring in Shah Rukh Khans and the Rajnikants of the world, floor price can
Yeah,
healing just in a matter of time. And that's okay to have brand endorsements, celebrity endorsements, but does it really have uh, the wheels to move, right? Move the needle, move the project to the next level. So these are aspects that we rely on AI. We look at the current price, previous price, who are the holders, wash trading aspect, and we provide a fair price estimation. We do like a credit score, like in India we have the CIBIL score. We do like a credit score for NFTs, and on the other hand we do a credit score for individual wallets. Let's say we don't know if Yash is behind a wallet or Vijay is behind a wallet, but we know a credit score for that wallet. So these are internal scores, and through which we are able to figure out a fair price of NFTs, and that resulted in DAP Radar picking that product. So they're now one of the paid customers, biggest paying customers for us. They are hitting 3 to 4 million API calls per month, like I said before. And from a top eagle eyes perspective, I would say NFT is not fading away. Come on, it's the general market. If you look at the
yeah,
whole market, the Facebooks, I mean the Metas and the Googles are laying off. What do you expect from an NFT space, which is just like a baby which was born, right? I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, two great brands launched NFTs. Mercedes Benz. I live in Germany. Mercedes is in Germany, so
yeah,
they launched an just a second. So Mercedes Benz opened up an NFT collection just a couple of weeks ago, and then Louis Vuitton, one of the another famous brands, they launched an NFT collection. In fact, soul-bound tokens worth of $39,000 to $42,000, which is not a cup of tea for everybody. So in a way,
yeah.
NFT space, even though the market is bumpy, it's tough. Brands keep coming, and they have figured out a way that this is the way to onboard users to crypto, onto blockchain, and they can figure out an exclusive community, right? Because that tells them that these are the exclusive users of Louis Vuitton or Mercedes Benz. So in that way, they'll use these NFTs as an incentive, as a placeholder, as a digital twin for whatever that they are part of this community.
Got it. I think
Yeah.
really interesting insight. I think yeah, please continue. Yeah, to
Yep.
add something. Yeah.
That's pretty much it from my side. Yeah.
I think even I'm a strong believer that the NFT market and the metaverse market is just, we have just scratched the surface. It's going to go crazy from here, and I think it's going to be. I think when as we move towards the digitization of assets, like the whole idea, like the Web 2 came from the idea of digitization of data,
Mhm.
and Web 3 talks about digitization of assets. And we have just scratched the fintech, the finance segment. Now we have touched the art, now we are entering into different segments like real world assets, and if you consider like the real estate market itself, like we would start digitizing. It's 50 trillion market globally. The commodities market is around 40 trillion. And I think there's a huge opportunity, and we have just scratched the surface. Like if you combine all the market cap, everything, it's still 1 trillion. So, and it's nowhere near like what it can be. And the NFTs are still very small compared to any other segment right now. So I think definitely I also agree that it will be a really strong trend. And I think right now we can see that even the Bitcoin ordinals, it has created a crazy excitement among the community along with the BRC20 tokens. And personally, I'm very excited what's coming to come on like the Bitcoin DeFi and the ordinals segment. And people have also like one there was one company I came across. They literally minted a game on the top of Bitcoin, and it has been playing. Yeah, so that was really cool. And now, I think 2 3 days back, someone invented a recursive inscription on Bitcoin blockchain. So basically, what it means is you call the same if you are using cementing NFT or whatever. If you use the same code again and again, so you don't have to like write it down. Okay, you just call that code and basically use it. So what happens is like it's like building a smart contract when you are minting the token. What you do is you just call that specific code and say if you have say 100 such codes, and you literally build a metaverse. So there's one guy, like one company who's doing it, and this trend I see it's going to dominate in different shapes and form in different L1 L2s, and I think even the big studios are entering. So yeah, really in strong, you can see that it's going to dominate in the next year or two. Yes.
Yeah, totally. I agree. And Web3 gaming, like you just mentioned, that is going to onboard a lot of users onto blockchain. And we are not there yet when it comes to the hardware software synchronization. But it takes time. It takes time and effort for people to actually play a Web3 game where they own an asset, where they transfer that asset on a secondary marketplace and get incentivized. These things will happen. It will not happen immediately. It will not happen overnight. But then you can expect some of the Web3 games to go live by next half of this year. I mean, next quarter in Q3, Q4, and that is something that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. And along with that, say as a user, like because you have been like you are NFT police, like and the police, they teaches us like you should do this and that. And so what as a like the Web3 police, what do you as a recommend it to the users that they should always check, or when they are starting the journey, like there are so many things to look at. Like mostly people go on hype, but according to you, what they should like literally consider and check while dealing with these assets.
Okay, so I mean, for instance, I just dropped a link to you on the chat. If it is possible for you to pin that, would be great. So we built a B2C product. It's currently in beta. So we let users make an investment decision through this, right? So they could see what is the good NFT, what are the bad NFTs, what NFTs to invest. So we don't compel or we don't give any investment advices, but we give the data. So we show the data, we show what's happening at the back, what's happening with all the collections and the trend. Is it FOMO? Is it flipped? Is it wash traded? And then the investment decision lies in the hands of the user. So this is the tool that I was mentioning. We launched it early this year. Because of the market situation, we didn't do the full launch. We just stayed in beta. Right, being in beta gives us leverage, gives us time to breathe, time to play around with
Yeah,
some here and there. But we are happy with the progress because we haven't done a great deal of marketing yet, but we clock 120,000 users on a monthly basis on this platform. So yeah,
awesome. Yeah. Let me just quickly share it to the audience as well. I'm going to share my screen quickly.
yeah,
so that I hope everyone is able to see it. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, perfect.
This
Yeah,
okay. So Unleash NFTs is something interesting that Vijay and his team is building, and you guys can see it. You can check it out. So I think before you go and buy the NFT assets, you should check out and go through this platform.
you can
Really interesting and cool thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
go to the
Please,
market
please
reports,
go ahead.
market reports at the top. So that is something that a
Yeah,
user, I guess you have. Maybe let me show because you have
yeah, yeah.
maybe a cache issue or something. Let me open it from my end. Yes, yes. So do you see my screen? Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you see here, we have top collections in here, top raising collections, some of the potential wash traded collections, and the top NFTs. And like I said, in the market
Uh, just,
section,
just, just one question. Just what is top watch traded collection? Like, is it like where there's most watch trading happening,
yes,
or just,
yes, yes.
or
So over the
okay,
last
okay,
7 days, these are places where wash trading happened. As you could see, two wallets. We also list the potential wallets that are wash trading and the suspected wash trades. So it's not a lot. I mean, 26 wash trades in mine able punks is not a lot. But then obviously, uh, wrapped CryptoPunk 75 suspected trades is quite a lot. So people need to be
wow,
aware exactly. If you look at Sproto, Gremlins, 544 wallets are involved across 600 transactions. So that is a serious case. So people have to dig deeper. And we also have collection level insights. Let's say if they want to dive into Proto Gremlins, we give them a deeper insight on what's the number of transactions happening over the last 24 hours, what is the volume change, what is the wash trading looking like, right? We have all sorts of information in here which can help the users figure out a way to understand what it is. And we also have, let's say, so as I said, these are all the benefits of being in a beta.
yeah,
Not sure why it is not throwing up a result, but yeah, you can also have a collection search in here. You can go
yeah,
into market reports. You can do an exploratory section where you go into collectibles, domain names, for instance, like unstoppable domains and ENS and avatars, cards, and so on. So yeah, on the whole, we sort of help people make an investment decision, and we do it across four blockchains and 20,000 plus collections. So in a way, we are progressing.
got it. And so does the user they have to pay anything or they directly use the product? Like how does that work?
Right now, it's free because we don't want to put any stress on a retail user at this point in time when the market is tanking, when the market has already tanked to the low. Because we are already securing funds through our B2B.
Yeah,
What you are seeing on this B2C platform, we have the APIs at the back end which we are selling. Let's say DApp Radar is picking an API or two from what you just saw, and Blockbrain, Fungi Proof, and some of the other customers are using us. So we are not really worried or concerned about the B2C payment as of now, but then it will become a subscription model in the future, let's say next year or something.
got it. Got it. So I think for the user, it's a really great opportunity to try this out. It's in beta and it's free. So
Yeah.
not like Nansen where you end up spending like 10,000, $25,000. So it's crazy. So yeah, I think for the NFT, hardcore NFT guys, this is a really interesting tool that you have, and still it's in beta, so you get to use it for free, at least I think till 1 year. I think hopefully Vijay is going to keep it free. After that, it'll be a, I think you'll be able to, maybe some cost will be there, but yeah, just try it out and give it a shot. And a huge shout out to Vijay and his team to check the product Unleashed NFTs, and really interesting tool that he has created. So yeah, I think we are almost done on the time, Vijay. I know
Yeah.
you are also running out of time, but just again, before we move to the last section, so
Mhm.
guys, we keep this podcast where we invite all the the best people around the industry to talk about what they are building, and we learn from them, learn some alpha, and see what's happening, and make be ready for what's happening. And what's going to come next. So that's the idea, and we have been doing it consistently since Jan. We have taken the pledge to do it consistently for the whole year, and every week we come on Wednesday. And next week, the Shardium team will be coming and talking about their their L1, about their ecosystem and how you can be part of it. So really interesting discussion is going to take place next week also. So please come again and let's chat, and we are open to the community as well. You can ask us the questions, will answer them directly.
Mhm.
And thanks a lot for listening us today, uh, and coming listening to me and Vijay. We really have interesting discussion, and I think what Vijay, I think one of the most underrated product what he is building right now, and it's free right now, so that's the best. So do try it out, check it out. But you can leverage this product for your own investments as well as decision making. So yes, uh, yeah,
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks,
uh,
Yash. Looking forward to talking to you.
yes, yeah. Just one question before we end this discussion, Vijay. Just one last question. What is one advice do you want to give to the audience and the listeners? Yeah,
I mean, audience,
anyone advice? Yeah.
keep looking at this space evolving. I mean, this space is not going anywhere, even after SEC or whoever who is bashing this space. It's fine. Blockchain will evolve, right? At the end of the day, blockchain is still being used in US or in any country, because it's the regulators' task as well to put a lid on some of the things that goes beyond the control, right? So nothing wrong in on both sides, but I would say yes, just keep your eyes open on good opportunities. Web3 is still early. Only 5% of the world's population is into crypto, is into blockchain. So just imagine you still have a lot more window to jump in. So just watch out for interesting projects and support good projects, good founders, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes, thanks, Vijay, sharing your wisdom. I think we are not going anywhere. And being in the space since 2015-16, I've seen so many farts, so many crashes, and people. Uh, I think one thing that is really interesting about the whole space is it keeps innovating. There's something new comes every 2-3 months, and I think that's what I love about the whole space. Because even being almost expert and knowing everything how the whole tech works, you get to learn every single month something new.
Correct.
Like the learning never stops, and that's what excites me personally. I love what when there's something new in the market, how fast people innovate and they build, and they also make monetize it. So that's the most interesting part. So yeah, then the whole space is not going anywhere. On this note, I'll end this podcast, and thanks to the BitsCrunch team for supporting us, especially Vijay for coming and talking about his company, his insights, and thanks to everyone for listening to us.
Mm.
And see you in the next week. We are all going to make it. Thanks a lot.